some of the biggest sports news we've had in the last couple of days. Raiders defensive end Carl Nassib announced he was gay, making him the first openly gay active player in the NFL. He made the announcement on Instagram, and then he donated money to the Trevor Project that helps prevent suicide for LGBTQ youth. Now, people are saying, what about Michael Sam?
Well,
Michael Sam was the first openly gay player drafted into the NFL. But for those who don't remember, he got picked up by the St. Louis Rams in the 7th round, third pick from the bottom.
But I say the only time I ever had a 7th round pick come across my phone. Only time.
Right.
Unless it was a Cowboys pick. That's the only time I ever had it come across my phone.
Right. He got picked up 7th round, never played a game, got cut in training camp.
Right.
Merv, your Cowboys, picked him up on the practice squad. Didn't last him up there, and a lot of people were saying that he was more focused on being the first out player than playing. I don't know. I don't know how true that is. But
I don't know if that was necessarily true. Now, granted,
yes.
I will say he might not have gone in the 7th round, but and let me preface.
You think he would have gone higher had he not announced?
I think he would have, and I don't want to preface. I don't want anybody to think I'm saying he shouldn't have. He wanted to come out. That's his business. Proud of him for having the courage and all that stuff. But people got to remember, he was a defensive player of the year in the SEC the year before. He should
co-defensive player of the year.
Co-defensive player. He should have went higher. But then when you add being the first openly gay player, now there's distraction and stuff that comes along with it. Oprah wanted to do a documentary, and Jeff Fisher had to tell him, like, absolutely not. Like, I'm trying to run a team here. And teams think about that stuff, and you got to weigh the risk versus the reward when it comes to stuff like that. So it did play a big part in it.
Right. But, I mean, he didn't make it in the NFL, obviously. He never played a game, which is why we're saying Carl Nassib is the first openly gay active player.
Right.
But he did go join the Canadian Football League, where he became the first openly gay player there. Now, back to Carl Nassib announcing he's gay, being the first openly gay active player. We have had former players who came out as gay after they retired. We had David Kopay. He spent 8 years in the NFL, retired, came out as gay, and wrote a book about it. Jerry Smith, he had 13 seasons in the league with the Washington football team. And at the time of his retirement, he had the record for most touchdowns by a tight end. He came out as gay after he retired. And then he died of AIDS in 1986, and the NFL Network had a documentary on him. Kwame Harris, Roy Simmons. We can keep going, okay? It's so many players who have come out after the fact, or in Michael Sam's case, before the fact, but Carl Nassib is the first during. And, when you think about how many players have been in the NFL, and how many years the NFL has been in existence, and this is the first actively gay open player in the NFL playing right now, this is massive.
This is.
Like, he came out so casual on Instagram, but it was so much more than that. It took him,
He said it took him 15 years to be able to get to this point. Like, you're dealing with back when he was 13, so he's in, middle school, going through high school, going to college, all that stuff. And actually, you might not know, but being in the locker room, I can tell you right now, granted, it wouldn't have been as bad, maybe, but being in the locker room, let's say he'd have come out back in high school, it would have been, I won't say problems, but it wouldn't have been, it's not as easy as people
High school was almost 10 years ago. The time 10 years ago
has changed
it
a
still
lot.
Wasn't like, changed a lot.
And honestly, times have changed. Times have changed for adults. High schoolers are still jerks. So
they still jerks, but it's still more.
It's more acceptable. It's more open and accepted now. But they're still jerks. It might be joking, but you're still gonna catch a lot more ribbing in high school than you would doing this as an NFL player who's made millions of dollars.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like it has a heavier weight in the NFL. High school, I mean, but it's the NFL. Not only do you have to deal with, because think about it, there are going to be players who aren't going to accept this.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are players who are not going to accept this. There are players who have come out and said they accept it. Shout out to JJ Swat, my dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There are players who come out and openly said, okay, this is, Roger Goodell made a statement. I think he made a statement because he had to. But, he could be supportive as well. But there are going to be players who don't accept it, and I feel like at the NFL, at the highest level, when the testosterone is the most, is when you will face the most backlash. Nobody care about high school. Nobody care about college. There's been a few players who came out in college, but this is the NFL. You're making millions. This is your livelihood, and these are also grown men. You know, like.
But I think one of the good things that helps his situation, as far as the football side of it goes, and I know we'll get to the other side of it, but as far as the football side goes, the good thing is he's already proven himself. It's not. Right. It's not. You. I know what I'm gonna say is gonna sound childish, and I completely understand that. But nobody's worried about him now. You know, you getting a pile up and him, you know, doing something funny with you. It's a serious thing.
We were having such a mature conversation.
No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Yes, that was childish.
I'm telling you what.
Who's worried about that?
I'm telling you what some guys worry about. I'm being 100% serious right now. I'm Ashley. I'm being 100% real with you. And again, this is why it's easier to say.
Grown men worried about this?
Yes, grown men will worry about stuff like this. Have you look? Wow. Ashley, let me put it like this.
Let's keep moving.
Look, I'm serious, but and the other aspect of it is we know the man can play. There's no question about that. So it's not going to be necessarily a big distraction that comes with it, outweighing the fact that he can play. Everybody knows the man can play football. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. It's a little different now, obviously because he can play. But you know, you don't, like you said, there are going to be those people who don't accept it. There are going to be fans. And we know it. We've seen fans get upset about other stuff. There might be the same fans being like, "Oh, you know, for religious reasons or whatever," saying like, you know, "I don't agree with that," which is not their business anyway. Period. But we're gonna see it.
There are also gonna be fans at opposing stadiums who just make fun of them just because of it. You know,
and that's gonna happen too. That's also what I was going to get to. Not to say that it's going to happen. I would hope and pray that it doesn't, or that it should. But there's going to be a close game. You're going to get in the heat of the moment. He might put a lineman on their tail, and that lineman might say something he shouldn't be saying when he's walking back to the huddle. That's all I'm saying. There's a real possibility of that.
You're thinking of really specific situations.
Obviously,
I understand the last one. The first one was just at a line, but I understand this last one.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what we don't need.
But shout out to him.
But again,
he understand. He probably thought about all this. Every scenario. Right. He's been in the league for a while now. Every scenario has played in his head. Okay. Every scenario, and you know, and
he's like, hey, look. But again,
somebody got to do it though.
You know? Somebody has to do it.
Like he told you, he said, "I'm not in his speech, y'all." He said, "I'm a very private person, but we need representation." Right, and somebody has to do it.
I don't remember the exact quote. I don't remember if it was him from an article about it, but they were saying when people like this come out and like when I say like this, I mean of high stature, national notoriety and stuff. They come out and say. That helps decrease the likelihood of suicide for, just a normal kid.
It was an article.
It was an article, right. So, the normal kid sees that and is like, okay, I can be more open with myself.
Oh, for sure.
And then now they're not as worried. They feel safer to, one, be who they are, and two, come out to their family knowing like, okay, look, it's
representation.
Right, it's representation. Like, I'm not weird for being like this. I'm not weird for liking the same sex. There's that like I said, there's a representation. They see that, and hopefully we'll get to a point in the future where nobody has to come out and do this, where it's not that big of a news story because people are just who they are and who they want to be, and we don't even have to worry about it.
Listen, I was saying this before this man even came out. I don't know who I was talking to, but I was just like, I can guarantee you that there are gay men in the NFL. I don't know who I was talking to. I was like, I can guarantee it's a few of them, a bunch of them. Statistically speaking, there are a lot of people in the NFL. There is absolutely no way, and what we just found out, absolutely no way that nobody's gay. Yeah. And there's absolutely no way that he's the only one. Just putting numbers into it, guys. Yeah. If you think about the statistics and just the population of people who are gay, and then you look at the NFL, there's absolutely no way that he's the only one. He's the one that's out right now, and maybe it'll give courage to whomever else is in the league right now to come out. Maybe, there are some guys in the league who may never come out because, it may not be accepted where they are.
Right.
Or they have already built this legacy for themselves and they don't want to tarnish it because, some people won't agree with it.
Right. And here's the thing. Not to say that it's easy by any means. Obviously, this man, he's been dealing with this for, 13 years? 15 years. 13, whatever. He's in a better spot, Carl Nassib is, in Las Vegas to do this.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to somebody like, let's say, in Arizona.
Are you talking about ownership here?
No, not necessarily ownership, but just fan base. Las Vegas is a more culturally diverse spot. Drag shows and everything happening there. Like, obviously, they're a little bit more culturally diverse. That's the only thing I
think. Why'd you have to mention the drag shows?
Because they happen. Do they not happen in Las Vegas?
Hearing men, can I just say this? Hearing men talk about another man being come out gay. They say so many problematic things. Remember, I could count like 3
I'm not trying to be problematic. Ashley, I promise you, I'm not trying to be.
I know you're not.
I'm not trying to be problematic.
That's why I said. Look, hearing black straight men talk about gay things.
I promise I'm not trying to be problematic.
Y'all just say problematic things without even knowing it.
Look,
this man pointed out drag shows.
Well, okay,
to talk about how
to
diverse
show how open
to
show how open things are. That's what I'm saying. A lot of stuff goes in Las Vegas. There are a lot more. Okay, fine. Can I just say how liberal Las Vegas is?
Yes,
can I just say that? Okay, fine.
Yes.
As opposed to a city like, I don't know. I'm really just giving a random city like Jacksonville. Carolina might not be as on board with that. That's what I'm saying. Not to say that they would. Not to say that they have a problem with it.
Well, but I'm not gonna go through picking fan base and see who's gonna be who's gonna do what.
I'm just picking fan bases in conservative states. That's what I was doing.
Either way, it is extremely hard to come out as a National Football League player.
Right.
Because nobody has ever done it while playing. This is the first guy. And the day after, he had the highest jersey sales.
Right.
Jersey selling through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Decrowning Tom Brady for top selling jersey. And it's because a lot of people see representation. When you think about if you can do something, okay, say I have my mindset on this. Say I have a goal or something, and I see somebody like me, accomplish that goal, then it's like, okay, I can do that too because I've seen the blueprint.
Right.
I've seen that it can be done.
It's
until now, honestly, if I were an NFL player before Carl Nassib, I wouldn't be, the person to be like, hey guys, I'm gay. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a lot to put. Well, I couldn't say if I would be, but I can tell you it's shunned upon. So I don't know if I would want to put that target on my back, and that's what he did. And shout out to him. But we give him his praises. I hope he don't come out a video come out him saying something racist.
Right, please
in
don't.
His past.
Now we got to delete this video. Now we got to delete all this. Cut this audio from the podcast. There's gonna be a weird break in it. What happened? We don't know. Somehow I got messed up. Just like look, Carl. We are on your side. Don't mess up. Please don't mess up.
Yes.
We are on your side. Do not mess up.
I hope that nobody listens.
Don't mess up.
We give him all this praise.
Because we will slander you like we slander anybody else.
I hope he don't. Yeah.
And then obviously, but here's the thing. On the football side of it, in the locker room, you know how. Actually, when we were, kicking this Saturday, I don't remember. I think it was your friend Rachel. She was talking about somebody, a kid who was gay but didn't know he's gay or whatever. And I realized that women and other gay people can tell, right? Like, they'll be like, that person's gay. They just don't know it or whatever, right? So I feel like even then, other guys in the locker room could probably tell. I think it happened with Michael Sam. When he came out and they were like, dog, what are you telling us for? We knew already. Maybe it's the same thing in the locker room, and it's not that big a deal. Maybe.
Remember, it's always a big deal.
Well, okay, maybe
everybody can't tell.
Let me rephrase it. Okay, everybody can't tell, but it might not be a big deal to some of the guys in the locker room, because then it's like, dog, we knew already.
How many people are on the football roster?
53.
You think all 53 people could tell?
No, but what I'm saying is...
Do you think 22 people could tell?
I don't know, but actually, here's what I'm saying. Hopefully, maybe it's a situation of, okay, look, I knew already, brother. I've been locker mates with you for the past season. I could tell.
Listen,
can you play football? Can you play football? That's what I'm worried about. Can you play football?
if 5 people in the locker room knew, okay, it still does
No,
not.
and I'm not
bring
saying it
down
made
the
it easy.
magnitude
No,
of
and
this.
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it made it any easier. I'm not saying it's less important. What I'm saying is somebody in there knew already, but they're like, hey, look, I know, because I ain't never seen him talk about his girl. I ain't never seen him do none of this. We ain't never done none of that. Okay, I knew, but the man can play football, and that's all I'm worried about. The man can play football. Okay. That's all I'm worried about.
To address your, what we call a gaydar, okay? To address your gaydar, okay. You can't always tell if people
and obviously you can't always tell. But what I'm saying, but some
the
people
gay
can.
does not look like something.
Obviously it doesn't. But what I'm saying is some people, somebody in that locker room knew already, and it's just like, hey, look, brother, you can play football. You gonna give me a good few snaps? You gonna give me a good 60 snaps this week? All right, then we good. I don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
Hey,
there are other players.
We're gonna have a cookout. Bring whoever you want to. I don't care. But for 60 minutes on Sunday, I need you to be at 100%. That's all I need.
I can guarantee you that there are other people in the league who are those teammates. Like, okay, Carl Nassib came out, so when is my teammate gonna come out? Because
exactly,
we know.
And again,
because I was watching Undisputed, and Skip Bayless said he knows of people in the league back when he was covering the league who were down low. He knew of them. Like, but it just.
And obviously, again, it's tough to come out. It's tough to put yourself in this position. But again, if I'm one of the guys in the locker room and I knew, I'd be like, all right, hey, look, that's when you text me like, look, I knew already. I don't know why you, I know why you felt the hesitancy to tell us, but I knew already. But I appreciate your contributions on the field. That's what we need. You gonna be good to go this season? All right, let's go.
How many times you gonna say that, fam?
That's
we understand.
That's what matters. That's what matters. At the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yes, that's what matters. But at the end of the day, it also matters that he's an advocate.
Yes, obviously. Yes.
Yes, we understand the football aspect, Murphy. But it also matters that he's an advocate for it as well. The reason why he came out, it was to be an advocate.
Yes.
It wasn't to just get it off his chest. It was to be an advocate. He said, I am doing this for representation. Because he's private about his life. People in his life, I don't know the situation. I don't know if his family knew. I don't know any of that. But they could have already known. And he just did that because he's just like, listen, I'm tired of not being able, or people like me not being able to be themselves in this profession. Because what other profession has more testosterone than football?
Hockey might have something to say about it. But I know.
Definitely not. Not at all. Not even close. But, like, he came out to be an advocate. So when it comes to him being gay and talking about being gay and being the face of the gay players in the league, if more people were to come out, and I honestly hope it's a wave of people to come out. But as a player, you can't just say, I just care about what's on the field, because this man obviously cares about. Right, but this man is obviously going to be bringing more attention to the fact that he is a gay player. Yeah. So you definitely have to be like, I care about what's on the field, but I also care about you as a person, what you're going through, being the face of this cause in the NFL. Because even 3 years ago, had he come out as first openly gay person before all the social justice movements and Black Lives Matter and Stop API Hate, it still would have been different. You know? So we're gradually making, steps forward, progress. It's Pride Month, okay? Which he was like, it's Pride Month. Let me go ahead and do this. Obviously it's a bigger deal, but it's Pride Month. You know what I'm saying? Pride Month wasn't celebrated like this last year than it was right now. Pride Month is widely celebrated, and right now, last year it wasn't. I mean, granted, it was bigger because you could be outside. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people canceled their Pride stuff, or they toned it down because we just came off a pandemic. But when I say it being celebrated, you see pride flags everywhere. Every company has changed stuff to have rainbow colors and stuff. You didn't see that last year.
That's true.
Our news stations are doing pride packages and stuff. We got something about pride in our shows every day. In a conservative East Texas market, we read pride stories.
Now that's big. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say
everybody was trying to get the equality out.
I'm gonna just say though. Shout out to Carl Nassib, obviously. That big umbrella. But the companies, they're doing with pride what they do with Black History Month.
Make money at profit at all.
I don't like that. I don't like all that. Do it because you know it's right, not because it's gonna make you a whole bunch of money. That's all.
But I'm with the making the money part because I'm trying to buy my pride stuff, and
Okay.
I need somebody to sell it to buy it.
You're right. If you're doing it because it's right, because you're really supporting them, that's one thing. Then and you make money off of that. That's one thing. But again, they doing with it what they do with Black History Month. I don't like all that.